Created by Man of Action Studios, owned by Warner Bros. Discovery, and produced by Cartoon Network Studios, the Ben 10 franchise is a really big deal. TV series, animated movies, live-action movies, video games. This one large project, and every part of it was an extremely huge success. But why did they stay quiet in the past few years? Stay with me until the end, as I have some really interesting news to share with you. Now, let's jump in with a short recap. Oh gosh, where do I even start? I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but trust me, there's a lot to be said. In general, the story circles around Ben Tennyson, a boy who acquires an alien device resembling a wristwatch, the Omnitrix, which contains DNA of different alien species. Ben can transform into powerful aliens with various abilities using the Omnitrix. This special watch contains 10 aliens, although later on, Ben will be able to transform into many other creatures by adding their DNA. Taking in mind that the franchise has won 3 Emmy Awards so far, you can realize what kind of project this is. With 4 films and 5 television series to this day, this is Cartoon Network's longest running franchise. And guess what? The franchise has grossed over $6 billion in retail sales, which is amazing. Now, let's go to the beginning, where everything started. I'll have to skip some parts because otherwise, we'll be here the whole day. So, back to 2005 and the first Ben 10 TV series. The story centers on a 10-year-old boy named Ben Tennyson, who's on summer vacation with his grandfather Max and his cousin Gwen. On their first night camping in the Rust Bucket, their grandfather's RV, Ben found a very strange watch. The mysterious watch-like alien device will stick to his hand, giving him the power to transform into 10 different alien life forms, and all of them with special abilities. The Tennysons are attacked by various enemies during their vacation, and the attackers are none other than aliens such as bounty hunter duo 66, Crab, and the intergalactic warlord Vilgax, and many others. Moving on with Ben 10 Alien Force, or the second part of the story. The series begins 5 years after the summer vacation. Ben doesn't have the Omnitrix on his arm anymore, and returned to living a normal life. But what could possibly make him change his mind and return back to this powerful watch again? Of course, if a family member is in trouble. And when it comes to Grandpa Max, Ben would do anything. Well, in this season, Max was abducted by hybrids, a xenophobic alien species, as part of a plot to rid the Earth of human beings. But Ben is much older now, and this would make the Omnitrix reboot. What does it mean? Well, this will give him access to hit that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. Now really, this will give him access to new aliens, along with a few from the original series. Alongside Ben, there is Kevin, his former enemy, and Gwen, of course, as they fight the Hybrids' universal extermination plan. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien is the third one, and it was released in 2010. Ben 10 Omniverse was released in 2012, and the last one was released in 2016. I'll get back to the series, but let's speak a little about the movies. The first live-action movie was Ben 10, Race Against Time, and it was not quite on par with the original show's charm. The setting makes this movie feel more like a DCOM than an anime-esque Cartoon Network show come to life. But fine, the CGI looks okay by made-for-TV standards. Again, this movie revolves around Ben, Grandpa Max, and Gwen returning to Bellwood, their hometown, to adjust to being normal again. If everything was fine, it would have been boring. And that's why the aliens are here again. Their lives are once again in danger, and this time by a mysterious alien known as Eon. The movie was directed by Alex Winter and premiered on Cartoon Network in 2007. Maybe the first movie wasn't a huge success, but that didn't stop the studio from making another one just 2 years later. Ben 10 Alien Swarm was released in 2009, and Cartoon Network has pumped some money into this project. The production was a joyride, fast-moving and slick, and fans enjoyed every minute of it. It seems like the producers had learned from their mistakes. In this movie, Ben and his friends work together to stop a hive of alien nanobots who are using humans as host bodies to take over the world. The next movie was Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens. It was announced in 2011 and released in 2012. This was a really good addition to the series. The story is quite well thought out, and the animation is okay for a straight-to-DVD movie. There are some elements taken from the Secret of the Omnitrix story, but it's done quite well. The film featured the original voice cast and was based on the original series. Okay, so I want to stop here with the previous movies, TV series, crossover, spin-offs, and everything else. I want to speak about the plans for the future. What does the future hold for the Ben 10 franchise? There are some rumors about Ben 10 new season and a new live-action movie. About the series, Cartoon Network has plans they're working on right now. And, well, how do I know that? Well, Duncan Rouleau himself wrote on his Twitter account. Honestly, we were all hoping that there would be some official statements by the end of 2021. But as of September 2022, no announcement has been made so far. Thousands of factors, including the consolidation of Warner Brothers franchises, would determine when, how, and where this iteration will finally settle. In one of the fans' reviews, it is said that it's probably going to be a show that's not connected to anything we've seen before. I don't know if that'll mean we're following 10-year-old Ben again or an older Ben, although I'd kind of prefer the latter. I think there's a chance that we will return to the classic continuity, although I feel like a completely new take on Ben is more likely. As for the sequel to the reboot, I don't think that's happening. The reboot seemed to fizzle out popularity-wise towards the end of the series. Recently, there was a very viral post on Twitter claiming that they have a leak of Ben 10 Season 6. So this is how it goes. After Ben and Kevin hack the Omnitrix to defeat Vilgax, Ben finds himself permanently stuck in his Swampfire form. After months of trial and error, Ben accepts his life as a Methanosian and learns to use every single one of Swampfire's abilities, including using his seeds to grow many types of tree nuts. Ben uses his powers to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Got you again. But in all seriousness now, Ben uses his powers to build a tree nut empire, endlessly supplying food to stop world hunger. However, years pass, and the gratitude towards Ben turns to scorn. Humanity saw past the generosity as their distaste for a world where everyone primarily eats nuts was irksome. Their dry, saltless texture was burned into the tongues of every human being, so that they can no longer taste anything different. The infinite tree nuts ruined culinary culture and the enjoyment of consuming food. I gotta say, for a potential Ben 10 script, sounds like it could be interesting. When it comes to another live-action movie, the rumors are even louder though. If we're honest, most of them are coming from the fans, but let's see what we have to work with. Who might take on the role of Ben? Could you imagine anyone else instead of Tom Holland? Tom Holland literally fits every teenage character. There was even a meme on Instagram of him dressed up as Ben 10, and the fans instantly went wild. Of course, the actor said that this is a false picture, but he never fully gave up on the idea. So, who knows? Maybe he gets the right offer, and he might jump in the boat. I really want to see what they can do with Wrath, and if they can accurately depict the humor he brings. But anyway, what is your theory? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.